Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. Today, I'm more than excited to welcome my next guest, Despina. She spent a whole year in South Korea, and I'm very excited to hear about her stories. Hello, Despina.
Hello, how are
I'm
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, I'm
Thanks
good.
for asking. So, I really want to just dive in the story from the
hmm
start. So, I'm going to start with the first question. How did you choose South Korea?
So basically, I was looking at the list for the minors abroad and the university available, and I went from the best ranked universities and furthest because I wasn't really looking into going into South Korea, if I'm being honest. I kind of went randomly based on the uni and the fact that I could just go there for a long time. Yeah, because I don't think I would have another chance otherwise.
Yeah, were there any other options that you were wondering
Mm,
between?
I was between Japan
Mm-hmm.
and Korea, but the reason I chose Korea was because I saw that in Japan, the documentation for like health that you needed were a bit more strict, and I didn't really want to go through that process, so
Mm-hmm.
I ended up choosing South Korea.
And how did you prepare?
So one thing that people have to deal while going to South Korea and know before going to South Korea is the visa process, which can be a bit tricky. You do need a lot of documentation. You need to book quite in advance your appointment to the embassy. In my case, I did not book it in the Netherlands. I booked it in my home country because I'm from Greece, and not many people from Greece want to get a visa to South Korea. And yeah, other friends that also went to South Korea had to wait like 2 months to go to the embassy here in the
Mm-hmm.
Netherlands. So yeah, basically it's the visa and yeah, finding cheap tickets, arranging the accommodation if you're not gonna live in the dorm. I lived in the dorm, which also required some documents like tuberculosis test, like some financial statements, and
Yeah.
so on.
Did you take some time to get to know the language a bit, or?
So, as I mentioned before, Korea was kind of a random
Mm-hmm.
decision. So, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't know much
Yeah.
about the country before, like culture, language, nothing. I just booked the tickets, packed the bag literally a night before, and jumped on a 20 plus hour flight. So, I didn't know the language and I didn't know how to read Hangul,
Mm-hmm.
which is their alphabet.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
So you were ready for an adventure and you just
Yeah,
jumped in.
please learn at least Hangul before going. That is
Okay.
like a big no no. Please don't do that. You're gonna struggle a lot. They don't really speak English that
Mm-hmm.
well. So you really do need to learn Hangul before going.
So
It's
you,
easy. You can do it in 2 days.
yeah, so you need a bit of
Yeah,
preparation.
you
And
should.
what city were you in?
I was in Seoul. I was in the capital city of
Oh,
Korea.
nice,
So
nice.
I was lucky with that.
Do you remember what expectations you had before going there?
So because I didn't have any knowledge, like nothing, I didn't have any expectations. I just thought it would be big and shiny, which it was. Yeah, I didn't have many expectations, and I ended up like loving it.
That's good. When did you arrive there?
So, hmm, they had specific dates where you can enter the dorm, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to go in advance to a hotel to explore and stuff because I would spend quite a long time. So I went like on the day of the dorm. I think it was August 22, 21, something like that.
So in the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And do you remember what was your first day like?
Oh my God, it was traumatic.
Why so?
So I did the smart thing, which I recommend people going the first day to do, is book a taxi to get to your final destination.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard to get the bus and the metro, but for your first time arriving, the best thing you could do is book a taxi through Booking or something like that. Like you should really do that before. So I booked a taxi, had a hard time finding the taxi driver because his English was horrible, of course. In the car, like we could not really communicate. That's not his problem. Of course, it was mine because I was like, okay,
Yeah, they
yeah,
would know
they
English.
would know. Um, so we arrive at the campus. I
Mm-hmm.
did not expect the campus to be this big. It was like a whole city. like a
Really?
whole city. It was huge. So I didn't know which entrance I was supposed to go because there were, well, three main entrances you could
Yeah.
enter. And yeah, he left me at the front entrance. There's not a map or something at the university I was in, at Chungang University. So I was left at the front of the university and I had to go literally at the other top. Most universities, fun fact, in Korea are built in mountains. So it's kind of like, so carrying also like a luggage, 20 plus kilo, horrible.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
So I was completely lost. I didn't know where the dorms were. And a girl approaches me, like a foreign girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, like, do you need help? I was like, yeah, where are the dorms? Blah, blah, blah. I need to go to that building. She was like, okay, I'll help you. Addition to that, to just paint the picture,
Yeah.
my luggage was broken.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So we had to push like a 30 kilo, maybe. I don't know how big
I mean,
it was.
it's a 6 month. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's ear for you actually.
It was for in the beginning. It was for 6 months.
Mhm.
I didn't know I was gonna get it.
Uh-huh,
Like that was
okay.
completely unplanned. So she starts like helping me push the luggage up and everything. We get to the dorm. I meet the girl. Blah, blah. We're like, do you want to go shopping and stuff together? Like, cause she also arrived on the same day. I was like, sure. Like, this is my WhatsApp. We exchanged numbers. I was waiting in the line to get checked in the dorm. I would have one roommate in the dormitory.
Mhm.
I go in. The roommate had the stuff. The roommate wasn't in. I didn't mind. I changed. I like text the girl. We meet downstairs, and that's a funny story. That's why I'm mentioning it.
Yeah.
The girl I met that helped me ended up being my roommate.
No
which
way.
was so cool.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That's very nice.
Yeah, and then we went shopping, which was horrible. It was actually horrible because Korea has a lot of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be prepared for that. Shopping for dormitory stuff is also quite bad. It's very hard to find blankets, pillows,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And the other thing about Korea is that there's something called an ARC card. It's the alien registration card. It's basically your ID
Mm-hmm.
that you need, like a permit,
Yeah.
kind of. You cannot do anything in Korea without that. And that, when you study there, arrives like 2 to 3 months after. So
So
basically,
they give it to you.
yeah,
Okay.
you have to have it, otherwise you're illegal.
Oh, nice.
You need to go through that process. We can talk about it a bit later.
Yeah.
To not go in. So we couldn't even order delivery food. We cannot order anything online. You cannot do anything without the ARC card, basically. So yeah, so that was a struggle, which later on the second time when I did my internship, I found literally the perfect solution for it. There's like a website called Living Co.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically they prepared like boxes for students or like language students or just people arriving in Korea, and they have everything prepared for you. So
Really?
yeah, they have like blankets, they have like pillows, even like utensils. They even give like ramen packs.
That's so convenient.
It's so convenient and it's like quite cheap. It was like around in euros, it should be 45 to 50 euros maybe.
Which is good for everything.
Yeah, so like if anybody's going to Korea, check out Living Co. is perfect. You will not regret it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about the accommodation.
First time when I went for the minor, I stayed in the dormitory.
Mm-hmm.
I went to this two people room.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had a great roommate. We had
Yeah.
like best friends. We're still in contact. So the accommodation, it was very affordable. That's why I chose it.
Mhm.
I think it was like 1,000 for the entire semester.
Really?
Yeah.
For like
The entire time it was 1,000.
oh, nice.
You also have to pay insurance though, which is like not that much. It's like 30 euros maybe per month. Like it's
Compared
nothing.
to Dutch things,
It's
no.
nothing.
It's
Because I
nothing.
will also tell you later for
Yeah.
the internship how much I paid for an actual accommodation.
Okay,
and you
that's
can
good.
compare.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it was like around 1K for the rent. The room was really nice. It was very clean. We also got like, the dormitories are separated to men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, it's like different buildings.
Yeah.
You have laundry room, study room, like a communal area. There's no kitchen though, because in Korea people don't really cook, especially students, because food is
Yeah.
so cheap to eat
Yeah.
out. But there's also cafeteria, convenience stores everywhere. a coffee place in the dormitories. In the universities, we even have like hairdressers. We have whatever you can imagine.
That's nice.
It's a whole city,
Yeah.
basically. You could survive inside without going anywhere, basically.
So they thought about everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, the rooms were very nice. There's no separate, so you just have 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 closets, and a bathroom with a shower.
Mm-hmm.
So the shower and everything, and toilet, like, you share it only with your roommate.
Yeah, okay.
That is the
that's
nice
good.
thing, because
Yeah.
I've heard other people have to, like, share a lot of stuff, which can
With
be...
10 to
Yeah.
15 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice, especially for the price.
That's really nice. I want to hear more about the university. What did you study there?
So I majored in business because I wanted to continue studying IB here.
Mhm.
So my main courses were global business law and organizational behavior. And then I went for business and exchanges in Asia, just Korean, elementary Korean,
Yeah.
which was a must, I must
Okay.
say. Yeah, did I have other classes? Maybe I had like effective communication. I think I also had like a class.
Nice.
Yeah. So business related classes mainly.
How were the classes? The lectures?
So it was a theoretical university. Chungang is a very highly ranked university
Mhm.
globally and within Korea. It's like in top 10. And for anybody interested in Korea, that is something that really matters there. So you have attendance, very strict attendance. I think you're allowed only 3. You
Wow.
have like 3 times to miss class.
Yeah.
You have to a lot of studying involved. A lot of is like that was my experience. I had other friends that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I think it depends.
Mhm.
Yeah. We had midterms, so we got examined twice officially, and then we had assignments, essays, some group work from time to time, but still with the exams. Yeah, everything was written. So no oral exams or presentations or something like that. That would be like assignments within the
Okay.
classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your favorite course?
My favorite course was global business law
Mhm.
because it was a bit different, and I also did really good. Yeah, like I really liked that class. The professor was so unhinged, if I'm being honest, because professor's English is
Mhm.
quite challenging to understand, if I may
Okay.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So except from like 2 classes where the professors were American and Australian,
Okay.
the other classes were challenging the least.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
And
Like
what did you do in that course?
in the global business
Yeah.
law. So yeah, it was studying law. Basically,
Okay.
like we were studying law basically between countries, like when you do exchanges, what contract you're using, creating contracts, how do you formulate structure, and then looking at specific like divisions, blah blah blah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds interesting for someone who
Yeah,
would be interested in
kind
law.
of boring, but
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean, yeah, for people who are interested in law, sounds amazing to me. Now let's get to at least my favorite part, the social life there. How did you manage to balance the social life with studying?
Okay, so the very nice thing about Korea
Mm-hmm.
that I liked, a lot of people don't like, it's a very competitive country. It's a very study focused country. Generally, they like to work hard. So there's also a big culture of studying outside of university, outside of your room. So people don't really, not people, foreigners, let's put it like
Okay.
that. Go to cafes, like universities are full. So we would always like go to, because there's a big cafe culture in Korea.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
So we would just go to different cafes almost every day because they're also affordable. So and study there and just do stuff. Also, most of like I had two or one free days, and also I tried because I can make my own schedule, by choosing the classes. I chose to like finish kind of early, and I didn't have like class until late, so that also helped a lot. Yeah, that's I think how I balance. Also weekends, we also have like a few vacation days, so yeah.
So that's good. Did you make some good friends there?
Yes, actually, the closest friends right now that I have, I met them there, and we're still like the one guy I met there. We're literally like roommates right now. He and like
Really?
We've never met here. He studies also in the Netherlands. And yeah, we now like we became besties almost there. And now we ended up being roommates as well.
That's good. But
Yeah.
how hard is it to make friends with the locals?
Ooh, so that is challenging, I would say, for a lot of foreign people because I don't know how free I can be with my language. Well, Korea is now a bit fetishized.
Mm-hmm.
If like it's a trendy
Yeah.
country, right? So that also creates a bit of issue with that of how foreigners do approach Koreans.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it goes vice versa. Koreans also fetishize foreigners, like
Yeah.
boys and men as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit like ugh. Or they use people to learn English, or they have like sometimes like a they're not looking actually for a friend. They're looking
Okay.
for something else,
Yeah.
either learning the language or helping them adjust or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, also the language doesn't help. But I've made a few really good Korean friends. Uh, yeah, I mean, for me, because I didn't care,
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe it was easier. I don't know. I think they're a bit more introverted, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, than the average European. But yeah, I think you can make friends as long as you don't have it for like another reason.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's you have to treat them as actual people, which a
Yeah.
lot of people forget and
Mm-hmm.
use them for other reasons.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess.
that's something to keep in mind for sure. You told me about the cafe culture. Tell me about going out in general.
So you can first of all like let's start with like the prices and stuff because I think
Mm-hmm.
people would be interested in that. With a good life, good restaurants, good coffee, good everything, you can have like you can pass your day with like 15 to 20 euros per day with doing a lot of stuff. Like that was basically my normal average day.
Mm-hmm.
It was so expensive, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I could go for cheaper, but I just decided not to go for cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Um so cafe culture is a big thing, so you should definitely like check it out if you ever visit Seoul or Korea in general,
Yeah.
not just Seoul because Korea is not just Seoul.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurants, you should try food. Like you should really try food. In the beginning, it was something that I really struggled with. Like for the first 2 weeks, I was not eating anything because my
Why?
dumb brain would go to like the weirdest food, and I would just decide not to eat.
Yeah.
But I still voluntarily went to like some weird food that I would never eat.
Okay.
Like it was traumatizing in the beginning, but then I understood.
Mm-hmm.
I understood where I should be going, and the food is good. So
So you tried some traditional food there?
yes,
Did you like it?
I love Korean food now. I have to say, I've even learned like how to cook my favorite like dishes and stuff because
Which
I
are?
my favorite.
Yeah.
Oof, Jesus. I would say kimchi jjigae is basically a soup
Mm-hmm.
with the base of gochujang. It's like a red pepper base.
Okay.
And some beef or pork depending on how you make it, or like sundubuji. There's like different variations. Jjigae is like
Yeah.
the soup kind of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. um, if you don't like Korean food,
Mm-hmm.
are there any places where you can eat like more European
Yes.
style of things?
So another good thing is that Koreans are kind of, I don't want to sound that racist though, wait, obsessed
Mm-hmm.
kinda with European like not European culture. I would say with Paris specifically. Not
Okay.
even France, Paris.
Okay, that's interesting.
Paris, Italy, so like
Yeah.
Italian food, they would have it as a more like it's the same as we have here with like Chinese food, Japanese food,
Yeah.
ramen. They have the same for us. Like
Okay.
it goes both
Of
ways.
course, always.
So you have a lot of options when it
That's
comes to
good.
like Western food.
Yeah.
You also have McDonald's. They have like a lot of American franchises that we don't even have here.
Really?
Yeah, they have like Subway everywhere.
Oh,
Like
that's nice.
anything you want. Also
Mhm.
Korean fried chicken, like you would eat. Now, you would struggle in this country if you're vegetarian or vegan. I think to be a vegan is kind of impossible.
Okay.
A vegetarian could be doable, but all of my friends that were vegetarian, yeah, they just stopped being vegetarian while they were in Korea. I'm not even kidding.
That's a good note to have
Like
in mind.
my roommate, she was vegetarian and then she stopped being vegetarian while in Korea. I don't know if she went back to her vegetarian
After
life
that.
now, but because the food is good, but it involves a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's for the meat eating people, perfect.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
vegetarians, not so
And
much.
it's also cheap.
Mm-hmm. You made some really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, beside those friends, were they any times that you felt lonely?
So I wouldn't say lonely because generally I also like enjoy being alone. Like I'm the person that would go to a cafe alone just to
Mm-hmm.
study. Maybe not like partying and stuff alone. That's
Yeah,
for sure. But I did not have an issue if I'm being honest. So I was good. I was
that's
good.
nice. How do you feel in the city? It's a big city. There are a lot of
It's a
people.
very big city. It's a very crowded city. I think it's one of the most population
Yeah.
intense city. It's very crowded. So I lived in two different places. So the first one was inside Chungang University, which is in Dongchanggu.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that area is quiet. If I'm like not quiet, like if you compare it to like the Netherlands, it's not crowded, but I would say it's a more quiet area. It's a very nice area. It's not as busy and as alive because there are not that many companies over there. But then for my internship, I moved to Gangnam, and like, have you heard the Oppa Gangnam Style song?
Yeah.
So that is from that area. It's actually like a
No
joke
way.
thing. Yeah,
Oh my god.
they're like
Now it
size
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a rich, kind of more high end, more
Okay.
crowded business area.
Good for you.
So there, yeah, there it was crowded. It was very crowded, especially in the morning commuting to work. Jesus.
Does the city ever sleep?
That's a nice like thing. Like an amazing thing about Korea is that there's so many 24-hour places.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want kimbap, like the roll type of sushi thingy.
Mhm.
You can get it 24 hours. You can get anything you can imagine,
So
anything,
nice.
24/7. Like anything. Like that is the amazing thing I really appreciated about Korea because the convenience stores
Yep.
are open 24 hours, and like there will be like at least 5 around you in like a 500-meter like radius. Like they're just everywhere, and they're amazing. They're the best thing, and I miss them.
It's nice to have something
It's very
open always.
convenient.
Yeah, it is. Do you feel pressured in the city in some way? Is it like very fast moving? Are people always in a rush?
Yes. So Korea is very fast moving. Like they're like pali pali move like people, which is like fast. Like everything they do it very fast. It's a very competitive country,
Mhm.
especially in Seoul. In Seoul, it's like very, very, very rushed. Everything goes like very fast. Outside of Seoul, it's a bit more chill, but inside Seoul, yeah, it's very rushed and very pressured. It's interesting.
So you have to have a little
Yeah,
bit of a
you need to
mindset
be
that
stressed.
yeah, in order to survive.
Yeah, in order to survive, you need to be stressed, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay, tell me a bit more about your day-to-day life there.
University time or work time?
University time.
University time. So during university time, it's amazing to live in the dorm. Like I have to like scream that.
Mm-hmm.
If you go, you need to stay at the dorm.
Yep.
Yes, you have a bit of restriction, like
Mhm.
a few restrictions around there. Like they had a curfew. I think it was like 1 a.m. or
Mhm.
something. But that's the only restriction. And to exchange students, they usually don't care about the curfew. Have that in mind.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would just like get up, dressed like in 10 minutes, and then go to class, which for me was so amazing. So I would have like 1 or 2 classes or 3 classes per day.
Mhm.
In between, I would have food at the cafeteria for €1.
Oh my god.
A whole meal. So
No
cool.
way.
Like €1.50 or something. It was so good.
That's nice.
Then like grab some coffee, chill with my friends, go to the other class, and then usually after we're all done, we would meet and have like dinner somewhere. Yeah, that would be like a daily, like a weekday maybe,
Yeah.
and then in the off days we would just go to other areas, sometimes other cities, and just have fun.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Talking about day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about useful apps you could use there. Also, you mentioned something about a card that you really have to have when you're in
Yes,
Korea?
the ARC card. Well, that is
Yeah.
mandatory. An app that you should definitely have because of the ARC, because it's something mandatory to have, is Hi Korea app.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a government published app. So basically, you do the whole process through there. You also need a picture, which can be tricky for most foreigners. They declined it because of like the measurements and like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the specifications of
Yeah.
the pictures. So you would probably have to take a picture there, which is very interesting to do. They do a lot of Photoshop. You would not recognize yourself a lot, like
Photoshop
a lot. Like your face is gonna look like an anime or something
on the picture
on
for
the
a
official
document.
picture. Like
No way.
if you see like if you take a passport, you should take a passport photo there.
Okay.
You would look perfect. Your face would look tiny. It's like it's amazing. It's amazing. Well, definitely High Korea you would need.
Mm-hmm.
Naver map. I prefer Naver map rather than Kakao map. Kakao map for me didn't do it.
Is that a map
Yeah,
for the
it's
city?
yes, because Google Maps does not work. If you think it works, it doesn't. Just don't use it.
That's interesting.
A lot of people go there and they're like, yeah, but it works. No, it doesn't. They don't have like it's just no. Download Naver. You will
Okay.
figure it out. Then Kakao Talk, which is their messaging app, because they don't really use Messenger or like WhatsApp or any of our apps mostly. So that's a must because even your classes, if you have a group chat with your professor, because a lot of classes you would have that,
Mm-hmm.
you will talk through it. Then definitely an app that I really, really liked is SIK, Studying Korea app. It's like a kind of social media for like foreigners studying in Korea. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. You can make a lot of friends, do events. I think they're renaming it now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna become Bipim or something like that. But you should definitely like check it out. Then what else? I think for the most part, these are the most important apps. And then like when you get your ARC card, definitely download like Coupang or something like that to order like it's like Amazon kinda, but it
Okay.
arrives the same day, and
Oh,
you can
that's
order
nice.
groceries, you can order whatever you want, but you need your ARC card, like that permit that we said before.
Yeah. What else do you need that card for?
Uh,
Except for.
so you need that card for everything,
Mhm.
honestly, everything. To open a bank account, to get a no, to get a phone number. That is something we should talk about.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Yeah,
you
we should
just in a
talk about
second.
that.
Yeah.
You needed to you cannot get delivered like delivery food. There's an app that you can, I think, with that ARC. I don't remember the name, but I think we tried it with our friends and it didn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
So the only place I could order and like
Get.
without this
Yeah.
card, it was Livingco, and it was like a lifesaver. It's like
Okay.
for the essential like beddings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
At the beginning when you don't
yeah,
have the
like
card.
every friend I had that was like coming to Korea or moving to Korea or anything, I was like, yeah, you go from there. Don't even
Okay.
bother. Like Daiso, it's like big franchise with like that has mostly everything
Mm-hmm.
and very cheaply. It's like a store. Doesn't have like the pillows and all that stuff.
Okay.
So trust
Yeah.
me. Trust me when I say it.
Tell me
Yeah.
about the banks.
So
How do you deal with that?
I have a lot of advertisement. I should be getting paid for this. So honestly, the best thing you can do is getting Revolut and even getting a membership, like a plus membership.
It works there.
It works amazingly.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
only use
I
Revolut.
love using Revolut.
Another recommendation, if you can splurge on it, get the metal one.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least when I was there, I don't know if that's still a thing, they had a €1 cashback for outside of Europe. So every like you were spending €10, you were getting €1 back.
Oh,
Kind of
that's
situation.
nice.
Also, you're like insured. That you're like a lot of benefits, like lounge act, like a lot of stuff. So like if you could splurge on it,
Yeah.
splurge on that.
Okay.
Have cash on you. You should
Cash.
definitely have cash in Korea.
Ooh, something that we are not really used to
You
living
need
here.
cash.
Yeah.
They would accept your Revolut card mostly everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you should like don't give the auntie that sells like I don't know, like some kimbap on the street
Of course,
a
your
card.
card.
She will like be like looking at you. Yeah, what are you doing? No,
You need cash.
you need cash. You need cash. There's like I did not make a bank account there, but the best one I would say for a bank to if you want to open an account is Woori Bank, WOORI, and is the most like common bank. Yeah, because like for instance for the dormitories, you do need a bank account, but you can also pay cash, like go to the bank and uh pay
Yeah.
like with a transfer
Yeah.
there. So you
Okay.
don't need to open a bank account. Also, Woody Bank has the best exchange rates in my opinion.
A good
Like,
tip.
yeah, so don't exchange in skanky little stores like that's a exchange rate and has a lot of languages. Don't do
Yeah.
that. It's a big mistake.
Okay.
Go to Woody Bank. They have real time. It's a bank. It's an
It's a
actual
bank. Yeah.
bank.
You cannot.
You will get the best exchange rate. You can do cash. You can also get it out of your bank.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you just need your passport or your ARC card.
Yeah. And what about the phone, your mobile phone,
Yeah.
your mobile internet as well? Does that work
So
there?
no, we're outside EU.
Nice. Good, good, good.
Well, my again, why I really do recommend Revolut,
Yeah.
is that you can get 1 day eSIM with them. So for the first day that you're gonna be in, that you're gonna have a whole cultural shock and you don't know what's happening, you should have Wi-Fi able to call or something like that.
Of course. If
And
something.
they do offer. I mean, you can get it from any app at this point. Just get like a 1 day eSIM just so you can use like WhatsApp or whatever. But then for getting a phone, you also need cash. They don't accept cards to get the number.
What?
You need your passport, cash, and my recommendation is to go to a franchise called Chingu Mobile. They are the cheapest, the quickest, and like you get the phone like at that time, like
That's good.
on the dot. I think for 3 months it was like around. I think I got like 90,001, which let's say it's maybe 70 euros for 3 months.
That's good.
Unlimited data and like
That's
everything. I
good.
think it was
That's
unlimited.
nice.
But their data, they have like kind of a different thing over there. So you can pay for the slow data and then the fast one. Of course, the unlimited cheap one was like the slow one,
Yeah.
which honestly worked. Like it got me through a whole year.
That's
So
good. So it's
yeah,
enough.
but also keep in mind, because in the beginning when you get the phone number, you don't have your ARC card because remember the ARC card takes about 2 to 3 months to arrive.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it with your passport. But when you get your ARC, you need to go back to Chingu Mobile. They would also give you instructions. You need to go back, but really do that because I was stupid and I didn't the first time.
Yeah.
Go back with your ARC so they can register it. Because then if you go on vacation to Japan or something
Yeah.
and you leave the country, when you re-enter, your plan does not exist. That phone number does not exist anymore because it was
my
never
gosh.
attached to like that document.
Oh wow.
And then you have to pay another 90. You don't want to do that.
No one
So
wants to do that.
Get that ARC back.
Be smart.
Yeah. Also, don't travel before your ARC. I think you actually cannot travel until you have your ARC card.
You cannot leave the
Yeah,
country.
I think you
Okay.
need to be in Korea until you get that card.
Okay, that's good. On the topic of traveling, at what time did you start exploring both the country and outside the country?
Day 2.
That's good.
So I mainly focused on going into literally every city of Korea. I almost managed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not everything, but
Of
I
course.
did quite a lot. I only went like into Japan. That was the only country I went outside that was close. Yeah, I really traveled like almost every city I would say, except from Jeju Island, which is it was hurtful. It was like a kind of like a nice vibe. Everybody went, but
Yeah.
I didn't have the time.
You'll go
Unfortunately.
back
Yeah,
to visit it.
yeah. Yeah. So in my case, I had a friend with a car, so it made that easier and cheaper.
That's nice. Yeah.
And also he was Korean, so he could like show us around and like take us to places that
Yeah.
TikTok does not tell us, or like websites don't tell us these places exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you don't, you will go to like maybe Sokcho, Busan, Jeju, like the most like more famous places.
Yeah,
to
the
visit.
mainstream ones, but you need to see the other
Yeah,
ones
you
as
need to
well.
go to like villages. That's the actual fun stuff. Like for
Really?
Christmas, we got invited to that friend's house. Because we stayed there, we decided to do Christmas there just to travel a bit more. And yeah, they don't celebrate Christmas. Um, and we went there and just with his whole family, and we
Mm-hmm.
just made kimchi. At like like it was very cold. It was like a minus something.
Oh,
I don't
so
know.
it gets cold
It was
there.
so fun. Oh,
Okay.
Korea is very cold.
Oh,
I think the maximum I got was like minus 15. Yeah, you
pack
will get
alarm
like,
clothes.
yeah, pack, but you can also shop from there though.
Okay,
Korea is amazing for shopping.
that's nice.
Get like warm clothes though, and a very big tip. Splurge on Uniqlo like heat tech. Like I'm
What's
also wearing like right now. It's like this like heat tech is like I don't know
okay?
some material that supposedly keeps you a bit warmer.
That's nice.
Do splurge on them.
Okay. And what about the other holidays? Because you spend the whole year there, so you.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like random cities, honestly, just doing stuff. So big holidays for them is Chuseok.
Which
It's
is
like kind of like Thanksgiving, I would say.
okay.
It's uh late September,
Mm-hmm.
maybe early October, some something like that. I'm not sure. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's
Early September. Yeah, I don't know.
okay. It's good.
It
Yeah.
lasts like for a week. It's a week off. They take it very seriously. It's the only time I saw in Korea where stores closed
Wow.
because you actually don't see that at least
Yeah.
in my experience so far. That and Lunar New Year only is the
Mm-hmm.
only time you would see stores closing. Yeah, like just friends, just hanging out, a lot of food, traveling around. Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
how I spend it mostly.
You explored the country.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to do that? And how is the transportation there?
So the transportation in in Seoul, it's a 10 out of 10. It's the most amazing transportation
Really?
system I've experienced.
That's nice.
You would not see a delay. I
Oh,
never experienced it. It
that's
gets crowded during crowded like hours and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Uh, honestly, it's amazing. Buses, everything is really good. It's very cheap. And in the first semester, like in the first like 4 or 5 months that I was there, I was not as lucky because I had to pay every time I used it. But then the second time, they came out with something called the climate card, which you should definitely get, where you pay monthly. You pay like a
Okay.
50,000 won fee or 55, which is like 35 euros, maybe 40 euros. I'm not sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
those
Yeah.
exchange rates are in my head.
Yeah.
And you just travel unlimited. You should definitely get that when you're there. It's like a lifesaver,
And
honestly.
you can travel with every kind of transport or just
Yes, but within Seoul. Only in
okay.
Seoul. Like if you
Okay.
get out, you need to have the second card or to be able to check out.
Yeah, of course.
So it's only within Seoul and also not Incheon where the airport is.
Mm-hmm.
You can travel though around. There's like a
That's
bus
nice.
to go everywhere.
The buses, how are they? And are there any interesting things about either the buses or the metro that are
Ooh.
really different from here that you would like to
Yes.
share?
Yes. So the metro, it's silent. They're so respectful. It's so clean.
Really?
Everybody's minding their own business.
That's nice.
It's like amazing. The
That's
metro is
nice.
like amazing.
Yeah.
But it stops around 12, I would say.
Okay.
So after 12, usually they close in
Okay.
most stations, like maybe 12:30, something like
Yeah.
that. The buses though, they go 24 hours.
Oh.
Amazing. They're clean, quiet. But the drivers, they're thinking that they're in GTA or something. Because again, remember that the
No.
country is like very like
Yeah, yeah,
up and
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Like going like my
I can
favorite
imagine.
bus, if you like study or are going to study in Chungcheong, you should like experience bus 1.
Okay.
It's the most insane bus ride you would ever do. It's like a roller coaster. Like you see people like holding like for their life. It's like actually very fun. It's a roller coaster. It's an
Okay,
experience.
that's
You
nice.
should definitely do. But yeah, they're like transportation, public transportation is very good.
We are used to some delays
Mm.
here.
To my experience, I did not experience a single delay ever, and I
Mhm.
used only public transportation.
Okay, that's good. Cultural shocks.
Oof.
Let's
If
talk about that.
so, in my experience, because something I found very interesting, Greek culture, or at
Mm-hmm.
least how I was raised. I don't know if I don't want to generalize my country. I found it so similar to
Really?
me. Yeah,
That,
because I actually have experienced more cultural shocks and cultural differences in the Netherlands than actually in
yeah.
Korea.
Yeah,
If
I
like
could imagine.
you're Balkan, you
Yeah,
know.
I know, I know.
So they're very family based and everything. Very
Mm-hmm.
like they're not individualistic. They're more
Ooh.
open. So I found like myself very comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
them. One thing that was an actual cultural shock that nobody really talks about.
Really?
Nobody talks about that, and
Tell me.
actually they should like be like. I thought it was just the beginning, but these people spit. They s- they take the whole thing out. They don't care. Just in the middle, you could be just
No
like a
way.
lot
Like here, they do their noses very loud, but spitting.
everywhere.
Okay.
They spit a lot. And
Oh
the
my
one
god.
thing that I always found like entertaining with my friends is that like a lot of students smoking and stuff is not very like okay
Mm-hmm.
in Korea. It's kind of like frowned upon, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Not really, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they look down on it.
yeah. So they would just like cough and cough and cough, and then like every puff, it was so funny. Like it was very entertaining. Like they couldn't smoke, yet
Okay.
they did.
Oh, what?
Like they were suffering and it showed. So it was like something funny
These
that we
people.
found like a cultural shock. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I that was the only thing I would say that I was like, okay, yep, as a cultural shock. But I
Yeah.
was like, Jesus.
Okay, that's interesting. I had a friend that was in South Korea. I didn't hear that, so that's
What did she
really.
say as a
She
culture shock?
told me that the people, if you're like stranger, they're very closed. Once you get to know them, they're open, but it's very hard to like bring their walls down. That's what she
Mm,
experienced.
okay,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know because I'm also like I don't know a bit more
Mm-hmm.
open generally.
Yeah.
So, but that I think depends on the people that you
It
meet.
always depends on the
Yeah.
people. So,
I didn't have any issues. That was the only oh my god moment I had.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So you send me some pictures, and I would
Mhm.
love to see them. Let's start. Oh, that's a nice photo. Very colorful.
Yeah, so this is a photo booth. That's also a big thing, I guess, in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just photo booths where you just go with your friends and just take loads of pictures. So yeah, I found that a cute picture to show.
Is there any reason behind the costume things?
Oh, they just have fun stuff to like decorate yourself so the
Oh,
pictures
in
look
the
cuter.
photo
Yeah,
booth.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
They
that's nice.
just have stuff to put to yeah, just decorate yourself, I guess.
And are these people like from
Friends,
the
yeah.
university? Are they also
Uh,
international students? I mean, I see some of them are international students.
Actually, all of them except from the middle guy are international
Mm-hmm.
students. The one with the green thingy on top is my roommate, by the way, and the one with the princess
Oh,
is my
nice.
previous roommate. The one in Korea and the one here.
Oh, that's good.
Uh, yeah.
That's nice.
Uh, yeah. Just I don't know, like I don't know how we ended up like that. This university and maybe SIK, like the Studying Korea app that I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a combination.
That's good.
And you just meet people and then you just stick with them, I guess.
That's good. Oh.
I had to show the landmark, I guess. So this is
Yeah.
Namsan Tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most famous landmarks, I would say, in Korea.
Yep.
Honestly, not worth it. Like too much hiking to go up there, and
Oh, you up there
like Namsan is like sun is like a mountain.
mm-hmm.
It's a mountain, and it's just a
Okay.
big tower.
On the top.
It's nothing
Okay.
really
Yeah.
special.
Can you go in the
Yeah,
tower?
you can also go up. I think you have to pay, like,
Of
it's quite
course.
expensive. I didn't go because it
Mm.
was not really worth it.
Not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a nice view. It's a nice view, and you should go, I guess. Yeah. So this is, oh Jesus, which palace is this?
Is that you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So I'm wearing a hanbok, which is a traditional like dress. So
Yeah.
if you enter some passes and like some places
Mm-hmm.
with that, you don't have to pay the ticket.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, it's actually more expensive renting that, but then you have more experience.
Yeah.
It's
And you
more
feel
fun.
yeah.
Like you have to do it at least one. You look stupid, but it's fun. It's very fun. Like you have to enjoy it. Like go
Yeah.
with a big group of friends and just wear puffy dresses. It's fun.
It looks nice,
Yeah.
honestly. I would for sure try it.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah. And what do you have in your hair?
They also do your hair with like some stuff, I guess.
Oh, so they do your
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
You can also do makeup and stuff. I didn't,
Oh,
but they
nice.
can do dress you up. It's like a costume.
That's good. That's nice.
Talking like that for the traditional cultures. Oh my god. Yeah. Mm.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a pagoda. It's one of the biggest ones I think within Seoul and within the city. It's in Gangnam area.
Mhm.
It's next to
The-
yeah.
Okay.
Well, not in the center. I think this one is next to COEX, which is a big mall.
Okay.
Yeah, and you should visit. It's a nice pagoda. I don't remember the name.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's fun to explore. The things on top are wishes,
Wishes.
and the tiny Buddhas statue things.
Yeah.
The small ones are also like wishes. I think they're just like donation kind of things. I was told. I'm not sure.
So people like what? How?
I think for health they would just donate and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't take me as a ask Wikipedia better.
Okay. So the things on the top.
Mm-hmm. So I think this ones don't, but they had like some other white ones usually that they would hang like some papers and it would be like
Okay. Yeah.
prayers or wishes or something like that.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the Olympic Park because Seoul was the host of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're just having a picnic and fun with lots of friends. I think that was again from studying Korea app.
Mhm.
So we just gather and just do random stuff. And
That's so
yeah,
nice.
it's very nice. It's
Well,
very nice.
They should have that here.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's not like the weird type of like apps, you know.
Yeah.
It's actually quite nice because I would always be the person that would be like, "That's too cringy. Like
Yeah,
I don't want
sketchy
to
as
do
well.
it." Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a friend recommended it to me, and then like I was like, "Okay, like why
Let's
not?"
try it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and it ended up being really fun.
That's nice.
So we're doing picnic. I think that was during the firework festival in Han River. They have a big festival, and the Han River is the biggest river that goes through like Seoul.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was very crowded. Like I don't know if you can see like the back towels, I guess the mats, how close they are to us. They
Yeah.
were like super crowded because like it's a one day or 2 day thing for like once a year, and they do like a big fireworks show, and it's next to the river. It's very pretty.
So the festival is just about fireworks?
Yeah, just
or-
fireworks.
Oh,
Just fireworks.
that's so
very,
nice.
very.
I could imagine the fireworks
Yeah.
there. And
Um.
during festival,
Yeah, they do that also with drones. They do like drone shows.
so both drones and
At
fireworks.
different times. But they
Okay.
have like
Oh,
a
of course, not
fireworks
today.
show. Yeah. Fireworks show, and then like some other month they have like a drone show. I didn't
Mhm.
go to that one in Seoul. I went to one of those in Busan, which is like a beach city, very famous.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Busan one was better.
I mean, it's fireworks.
Yeah.
So, and
Oh, so we have beer,
Yeah.
snacks, grapes, just random stuff. Everybody just creates a big pile of stuff.
how are the snacks there? Because
I'm not a snack person, so maybe
Really?
I'm not the best
Okay.
judge. Yeah, I don't eat that much snacks.
okay.
So I don't want to comment because I'm not representing the exchange students that well.
And the glass bottles there,
Okay, this
are they
is
for
soju.
water or
soju?
Okay.
Soju. Different brands. So one thing I did not know about soju before going to Korea because, as I mentioned, like I would just
Yeah, no
went.
idea.
I love it, but that's because maybe I'm Greek and I'm used to like a bit more strong alcohol. They're not flavored like the flavored stuff that they have here in the EU. I personally don't like them. I actually hate them. They don't really sell them there.
I feel
They
you, yeah.
just sell plain soju.
What's the taste of it like?
Rakia. You know
No
rakia.
way!
It tastes like
Oh
rakia.
my god, that's crazy.
Like the Balkans will know.
Yeah, okay.
like kind of vodka-ish,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Okay. So
You
something
know what
in
I mean?
between.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like it's like sake, kind of like sake, but a bit sweeter to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain.
To know best, go there and taste it yourself.
Yeah, just go get a bottle. I don't know how to explain. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
It
okay.
tastes like
It's
Greek
fine.
raki. I don't know,
Okay,
kinda.
okay.
Yeah. But for the snacks, I'm not the best judge. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
So this one, I think that was an event that was organized. It was at a park that they took as like a cultural park kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was organized by my dorm and went for free. But you can also go. I think it was called Cultural Village. It's like 30 minutes out of Seoul,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. I think the ticket's like 35. We went for free. So do the dorm events,
Yeah,
please.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they were dancing and it was pretty.
It is pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know more about the type of dance?
So they're wearing a hanbok, like the traditional dress that I
Yep.
was also wearing before, and like with the fans, and they're just doing like I think they're like pretending to be like different types of animals, but not in this picture.
Yeah,
Like
but in
showing like
general, yeah.
yeah, and just doing pretty dances.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this was the graduation farewell ceremony that the school did for us, which was quite nice. They give you like a diploma and everything, and you actually feel like you belong with them.
That's so
You're one of
nice.
them.
That's so
Yeah, and then you. It was a nice day, I think. Yeah, and then you go for dinner and like drinks and go partying and get drunk.
Is that possible?
Very possible.
Really? That's nice. For our parting.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely like go to the whatever university you go in Korea, not just Seoul, just go to the ceremony because a lot of people skip thinking it was like something.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, just go to the events and like stuff they do. It's quite nice. Yeah.
Just be there.
Yeah, also like another thing universities do, they have a big thing with the school clubs. They have like school clubs like a lot.
What is that?
So you know how in the US they have like chess club and stuff like that?
Uh-huh, okay.
So they also have the same thing
Oh,
there.
they have clubs. Okay, that's good.
So I didn't join one. I kind of regretted it afterwards a bit because like a lot of my friends were like joining and they were doing stuff like they had taekwondo club, hiking club, a lot of stuff like this. They even had like K-pop like clubs and stuff like that for the people interested in that. Yeah, but some clubs because the only one I wanted to was the hiking one,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't because they don't accept foreigners, so they're a bit.
Okay, so you have to
Yeah.
pick and choose. Was there any particular reason why you didn't join any clubs or?
No, I just didn't like the other ones. I like the hiking one, but
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't
Okay,
join, unfortunately.
yeah, that's a shame. That's
Yeah. Okay, so that was the moment. Remember with the Christmas and the village and the family.
yeah.
So we were literally in a village,
No, that's
and
so
we were making
nice.
kimchi with his grandma. Yeah, and it was
Mm.
very fun. So this is well, the girl was my roommate in Korea, and the one is the roommate now here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was
And-
very cold, as you can see.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't zoom in, please. Yeah.
Is it easy making kimchi?
No.
No.
So I guess like if you make it at home, you're not gonna do the process. But they were making like kimchi. They were making for the whole family for
Oh
the
my
whole
god,
year.
I can imagine.
So we thought this was an experience for us. We
Mhm.
were having fun. But in their heads, we were there to actually work. Extra hands. It was like a whole.
At
It
least
was
you
very
helped,
fun.
yeah.
No, it was very fun.
Yeah.
They also played with us and made fun of us, like a
Oh
lot of
my-
foreigners. Like they were putting like some uniform things on. It was very fun. They gave us like old clothes just
So
to
they're
make
open
fun
to
of.
you.
Yes,
That's
it
good.
was like great people. Like that specific family was a great family.
That's
They
very
were very
nice.
inviting, very fun. Really appreciate them.
Oh.
Okay, so this was actually my birthday.
Oh, nice.
We went. This is Lotte World. It's like Disneyland, but it's Disneyland better.
Oh, better than Disneyland.
Jesus, you don't even. I really love like Lotte World. So Lotte is a huge company
Mm-hmm.
in Korea, and they have supermarkets. They have They have everything, everything. Pepero, the snack pocky, like the sticks with the soft
Uh-huh. Okay,
chocolate.
yeah.
So in Korea, they have pepero, which is the same.
Mm-hmm.
The Koreans will hate me for that. It's that company. It's a huge company, so they also have like amusement parks.
Oh.
And this is they have I think 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
across Korea. I'm not sure. Yeah, you should definitely go. And what like a nice thing that they have like a tradition thing, you can rent school uniforms because in Korea in until high school they have to wear school uniforms.
Yeah.
So you can rent them there because it used
What?
to be a tradition for like school kids to go with their
Okay.
uniforms with the school.
Okay.
So like older people would wear them and rent them to like feel young again like kids.
Oh my
It
god.
says you have to do the full experience.
Of course. I'm so in
Like
for
no
it.
matter how stupid it might
And
sound.
what the stupidest things are always the
Yeah, it's
funniest
very
one. So,
fun.
what do you do in those parks? What do you have there?
There's the roller coasters, like a lot of playing stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
anything you would find in amusement parks. I think they also have like they have a lot of food stands and a lot of photo booths and yeah, fun activities. I think they do some shows. That was like a bit after New Year, so we still had like some Christmas stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like some decorations. So it was like really nice timing to go. We also got lucky because if you go to Lotte, you should go very early because it gets really crowded. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
you have to wait in line for hours. Like some stuff
Hours.
we didn't do because of the lines. Yeah, but
Be
it's
there early.
definitely worth. Yeah, you should go
Yeah.
early.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's so beautiful.
Okay,
It's
this
like
is in
out of a
spring.
magazine.
Yeah, this is during spring. So I'm not a student anymore here. So this is cherry blossom. It's this is in Jesus, where is this? Lotte Tower, actually. It's next to Lotte World. Um, yeah, and this was just very pretty because I really like cherry blossoms, and the whole thing is covered like it lasts like very little, like cherry blossom, like the flower itself,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5 days a week. So you have to,
Be fast.
yeah, if you want to actually see it.
See
I
it.
got very lucky because I also traveled to Sokcho like that week, and even though it was after
Mm-hmm.
that like period where they blossom, because it was like across the other side of the country, kinda.
Yeah.
Seoul and Sokcho is like kind of here.
Mm-hmm.
The period was different, so I got like a bit more of it. It was very nice.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. You tricked the system a bit.
Yeah, I tricked the system. I manifested because it was the first time I like saw it this much.
Yeah.
So it was something I really liked. Yeah.
Thank you for the pictures. They were really nice. I love them honestly. They were very beautiful. Um Going back on the topic, you being there,
Mhm.
now the end is near.
Mhm.
How did you feel then?
Okay, so around so we had to we finished school December 22 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to stay there for Christmas, and I decided to stay until my birthday, so the 9th of January. So I left on the 10th of January, to be more specific. It was sad because we didn't know if we're gonna see each other again because like a lot of people. But I have the same issue being here.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, it was a bit more okay-ish, I guess. But I got attached with a lot of people, I guess, and my friends, like the close people. So it was kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go back to Greece. Yeah, because I was gonna get an internship in Greece, supposedly.
Okay.
But
yeah, we will hear about that later.
yeah, so it was sad. One thing when you leave that you should really consider. A lot of people had trouble because of that. So the ARC card, I cannot stress how important it is to have while you're in Korea. When you're going out of the country, like to leave, you need to give the ARC card at the airport to an officer. If you don't do it, it's illegal.
Oh, that's not nice.
You are not to keep your ARC card as a souvenir or something.
Okay, that's important.
Give the ARC back. I did it. Some people didn't. They had some trouble, but it was sorted out.
Okay.
Because like for like not replicating it, giving it like I don't know why, but you have to give it.
Yeah,
back.
of course.
Have that in mind.
Okay. One last question.
Mhm.
How did your minor change you?
So, um, I think I became a bit more comfortable with being on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because the culture of like going for a coffee, as I said before, I was okay with it already, but that made me even more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I became a bit more at peace with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It changed me a lot, I would say, but I cannot like pinpoint exactly where.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a good time.
That's the important thing.
Mhm.
Okay, I think we covered every topic that I wanted to for this minor. It was really interesting to have this conversation with
Mhm.
you. Thank you very much. And we are going to continue with the internship in a second.